Welcome to Macro POV Commodity News, and today's news will focus on the grains market, so it will be wheat, soybean and corn. Let's start with the soybean, which says that the recent data showed that soybean import to China from United States rise in March by 33% year by year because the late rains delay harvesting soy in Brazil. That might affect the future import from United States of soybean to China because now the Brazil will have enough soybean to and it will be cheaper to export to China. That's why the US market of soybean keeps dropping recently. Also, there will be slight delay due to forecasted rain in the United States in the next few weeks, which will be good for the soybean later, but will delay a bit sowing the soybean this year in the United States. And as we can see, the price was stopped by SMA 55 on D1 on daily chart, which means we've got a solid roof for this price market. And 100 and 1,450 cents per bushel of soybean looks like currently level to be crushed, and the price should fall another 50 cents in the next couple of sessions, unless there will be some news regarding less harvest, less sowing area and things like that. So I think we should focus on looking for a short position for the next sessions this week, as this price will probably keep falling, and with the target of 1411 and 1400 itself. So this is my idea at the moment, to see this price falling down. Now I mark it here, and we'll see how it's gonna be going. By changing to wheat, and wheat with corn is the main export grains from Ukraine, and at the moment there is once again a problem from Russia agreeing for export grains from Ukraine. Russian officials claim that they will stop allowing export unless the transit will be guaranteed to be done before 18th of May, which is the date of the second extended agreement for Ukraine export by sea. And they didn't specify if those 18th May it's a date for the leaving Ukraine national waters, or is it to be cleared by the joint checking forces in Turkey. Because if it's the second idea, there will be stop export from Ukraine this week, which will create a huge problem, especially for the wheat and the corn market. About the corn I will talk in a second, but with the wheat, Ukraine experienced some minor problems as Hungary, Slovakia and Poland banned export and transit from Ukraine, but this week Poland allowing some transit of grains from Ukraine to be sent through Poland in inspected convoys, all sealed to the seaports in Poland or other Western countries. There is of course a problem that Poland might not have enough trucks or workers to inspect and convoy those grains, but this is different way, as the world is still keeping an eye that there will be weather better in the United States. I mean, those rains that will delay soybean and corn sowing will be good for the winter wheat, which is keep pricing down. But as you can see, we are in a good point. We've got fourth touch of the bottom line 670 cents per bushel in the wheat market. Of course, as in soybean, SMA 55 is also a hard roof to cross, but it's probably slightly better idea than soybean to be rising in a midterm. I mean, about next 6-7 weeks, as probably we'll experience some hot summer, which will reduce our wheat harvesting in a wide opening in the world. So we will see how it's gonna be. There will be another 10% rising sowing area of wheat in Argentina after this very bad season that allows Argentina to harvest 12.4 million tons of wheat, and we'll see how it's gonna be, especially that there is also forecasted that El Nino will provide an extra rains in Argentina agricultural regions that will help, of course, the wheat and other grains to rise. But we'll see, because this El Nino will be seen at the other end of the year. And also we have some information that Russian consulting company ICAR forecast wheat harvesting in this year in Russia for 84 million tons, with export on a 41 million tons level, which is also a bit higher than previous expectations. Still, it's a bit too early to be sure about it. That's why I think this 670 cents per bushel is a very hard bottom, much harder than this SMA 55 roof that we are seeing here at the end of the March, and recently here it's 18th of April. So for wheat, I'm a bit more optimistic than for the soybean, and with the corn as a third, we are also reaching the bottom with SMA 55 as a roof, current roof, and we have bottom only 3 cents lower than previously. And I was saying that I'll be talking about the corn, more about the Russia export agreement from Ukraine, and I think they might be forced to sign another extension of this agreement, but not forced by United States or United Nations or Turkey or Ukraine or wherever, but from China. As China import of corn from United States in March dropped under 500,000 tons, which is 52% drop by March 2022. There is still huge import from Ukraine. It's over 900,000 tons. It's 33% less than last year, but if China will lose this source of corn, they will have to turn to Brazil, which is very small import source for corn. It was extended list of corn exported from Brazil last year, but still they export less than 100,000 tons in March. So they will have to turn probably to United States. And due to recent tensions between China and United States, there is a thing that China might push Vladimir Putin to extend Ukraine grains export deal over 18th of May. And as you can see here, we've got also softened roof. No extension should be positive for the wheat and corn prices. Yet, if the extension will be established, we will see probably some more drop of United States corn, as China won't be forced to buy more from United States. They can choose to buy more from Ukraine and from Brazil. But with wheat, it's not so important. So with wheat, we'll have to focus on weather in the United States. At the moment, the corn also will be delayed by those wheat positive deal like rain. The sowing of corn in the United States will be delayed by this weather if the rains come this week. So it will be of course good for the ground and good for the future quality of this corn and soybean in United States, and of course current quality of winter wheat in United States, but it might delay sowing, which will create a slightly different problem that also delaying sowing will have delay harvesting and delay export. So that's it. Three important main three grains in this episode. Please leave a comment what do you think, what we should do next, and good luck with your investment. Macro POV out.